Hey guys, I've had this game on my desktop for just way too long since I posted it. It's been a while since I brought you any content, but this is a really nice upload in that it's a really meta relevant deck that I'm bringing an upload of. I'm playing my CMT, big surprise, but my opponent is playing MeesieMew, however you want to say that deck's name. It's a pretty good deck. It's originally by this guy in the ECC. He's on Hay Trainer. His name on there is Messi 6x6, I think. Messi 6x6. I forget the exact pronunciation. Not that I actually even know it, to be honest. But basically, what it is it's Mewlock without Vileplume, and you just kind of throw in Terrakion and some other stuff. But I win the flip, and I'm going first. And I basically just attached the Tornadus, and I'm forced to pass, unfortunately. I attached the Eviolite too. I hold off on benching Gigas just because Gigas is a fatty. I don't really have too much of a reason not to drop the Eviolite in that, or not the Eviolite, the Sky Arrow Bridge, in that, he pretty much has all free retreaters no matter what, so I guess that was probably not the best thing, just in case I get end or something like that, but he's just going to collect our first turn, which is really good for him. Getting the first turn see off is one of the most crucial things about this deck. And he's got 3 Mew out, and it looks like he's in a pretty good spot to get that see off. There's the Psychic, and I'm expecting him to see off Jump Bluff. Just based on the fact that he probably knows, based on the grass drop, that I'm running CMT. And there's the Jump Bluff. By the way, I didn't mention this is against one of my friends, TURDCANNON. He's a pretty popular person on Hay Trainer. He's a really good player, and yeah, so I decided to go ahead and whip out the Pokegear because my hand's kind of dead at this point, to be honest. And I hit the Pont, and I'm gonna probably go with that just because it's a more conservative supporter. I don't really need to draw through my whole deck right now. I just kind of need to get really anything going. The DCE would be nice. It would put me in a position where I'd take the prize lead, which is big, but just being able to put pressure on my opponent's board in general is just good. I'm hoping I do drop the Sky Arrow Bridge before I get rid of my hand with my Pont. So we're gonna see me do that, and gonna get a brand new hand of 6. All right. So I do hit the DCE, which is big. I hit the Regigigas and the Mewtwo as well, but I don't want to bench the bench the Mewtwo. I do bench the Gigas, which is a little bold, but at the same time, if he doesn't have a catcher for a turn, it should be fine. And Hurricane will get an energy onto Gigas, and it'll give me a KO. So he's just going to promote a Yanma. I'm not really sure where he's going to go from here. He could evolve into Yanmega, and he has equal hand size to me, so he can't catch her this way, but he can put some solid damage on my my Tornadus. Sonic Boom will only do 50. I'm just checking that he's actually using Sonic Boom. So Sonic Boom only does 50 to me due to Eviolite, but he could have the plus power for the next turn or something like that. In any case, I'm just gonna basically attach and Hurricane again, I'm pretty sure. I don't have the catcher. So, yep, there's the Hurricane. And I've got 2 energy on Gigas at this point. The really important thing about this matchup, CMT versus the MeesieMew deck, is that I can't really use my Mewtwo's because Jump Bluff Lost Zone, Mew can just basically slaughter them all day and go for a 2-to-1 prize exchange. So I'm kind of restricted in what I can do. Tornadus is nice for the matchup because he kills Mews, as is Regigigas. Regigigas is also nice in that, he can probably one-shot Yanmegas once he gets, everything set up. At this point, I decide to Junk Arm, knowing that I need the energy to get a KO. And I Junk Arm the Mewtwo, which is kind of interesting. And I'm going to get back the gear. And one thing I could have done is play the dual ball before, just to try and increase my chances. And I'm just going to straight out play that Pont. There's nothing I need. in my hand, so that's definitely going to be a nice play. Unfortunately, I don't hit an energy though, so I'm kind of in a spot where there's not a lot I can do. That was really problematic. Shit. I'm pretty sure I have to pass here. I could retreat, but I mean, for what? Play the dual ball and hit double tails. I'm gonna play another dual ball. I don't really know what I'm trying to get at this point. But I hit quad tails on the dual balls, which kind of sucks. But I'm gonna pass now. But playing those dual balls, I actually evened our hand sizes, so I kind of did him a favor there. Not sure those are the best idea. I think I was really just trying to thin my deck out for the supporter. You know, the amount of difference that makes isn't that big, though. So at this point, he drops the TURDCANNON, knowing that my Gigas could probably be pretty easily KO'd. And he's going to switch Megas. That was the energy move. And then he's just going to be able to Sonic Boom me for the knockout. So now I'm going to promote Celebi, knowing I have the bridge, and I hit a switch. I'm just going to catch her for TURDCANNON. I hopefully bench the Celebi. It's probably a good idea to do it, just in case he had something that could, you know, wreck me or something, plays a Seeker or something crazy like that. You never know. It's not a bad idea to play it down, but I'm not. I'm just going to pass. He's going to play the switch, which really sucks for me, and now we see that he's easily putting on the pressure. If he can play down another card, he max potions off his Yanmega. So now we're seeing me fall pretty far behind. That's going to be Sonic Boom for KO. I'm forced to promote Regigigas as my only Pokemon on the field. And my top deck is a Grass Energy, which is really nice. I'm going to be able to recatcher out that TURDCANNON, which is probably the card I'm most afraid of now. And I bench the Celebi just in case he does knock me out somehow. I can't. Okay. I can't lean up like that. Anyways, let's see. I'm just going to be able to Giga Power. But that'll do 60, so I'm planning on two-shotting him next turn. I'll probably drop the plus power. So coming into his turn, if he doesn't have the switch or the junk arm for the switch, which, you know, is burning resources, I'm in a pretty good spot. I think these decks usually run about 2 or so switches, and really you only run switch for having fat TURDCANNONs. He's going to junk arm away a Psychic and the Fire Chandelure to get back the switch, however, and now I'm in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, I don't really see that working out well for me. He's one card away from matching hand sizes, and he could have easily just Junipered 2 things he didn't need. There we go, there's the Prism Energy. And so now we have matched hand sizes. I don't really... And he linear attacks Celebi. I don't really see how that was a good play. I didn't really like that, I guess. I'm going to play the plus power, and I'm kind of going all for broke. Still a little confused about the thing with the linear attacking Celebi. I don't really see what that accomplishes. Anyways, I'm just going to be able to junk arm, get rid of switch. Gonna get rid of 2 switches, I guess. You know, I got my fat Pokemon out active, so I guess don't really need them. But this is gonna be pretty big just for being able to KO TURDCANNON. He's really the only thing that threatens my board position.
And now I'm going to be able to Giga Power for 70 and KO, and additionally I'm not going to do the 10 to myself because I'm not increasing damage. When you increase Regigigas' damage to the other Pokemon, you also increase the damage he does to himself, or really you add damage that he does to himself. So instead of doing that 20, I do 0 to myself. So you can't really add the 10 if you don't do the... You have to do the initial damage in order to add the 10 from plus power. So no damage to me. We've got a full health Gigas, and you know, that's a good thing if he's got energy. I know he's going to be able to take some prizes. I don't know how many in this matchup. He's going to drop the Mew. I don't know if he can match hand sizes. If he can't, he's kind of in a situation. But he does have the copycat, so I guess he can. Now that he hits the copycat, I see him going for probably more of a... Might as well attack with the N Mega if you're copycatting. So but he does have the Prism energy. So he Leaf Guards, thinking that he can prevent the KO. But I'm just going to play down the grass, I think. Or maybe I'm playing gear. Okay, so I hit Virizion plus power, some other junk. But really the only supporter I can take is N, and going down to 4 cards each it's not that appealing right now. So I guess I'm going to fail this thing. You know, which isn't a horrible play, but I think I'm saving the end for later, hoping it'll be more effective. I dropped the Mewtwo, which, whew, I guess I'm under a lot of pressure. I can understand dropping it to an extent, but at the same time, that guy's worth 2 prizes, and he's not hard for my opponent to KO. I guess my thinking was that, hey, I'm not laying down that many basics, right? So it's okay to lay down Mewtwo. I'm going to Junk Arm, a Dual Ball, and a Copycat for Catcher. And I'm targeting his other Mew, which I think is a pretty good play in that, you know, if I'm so afraid of Mew and that's why I can't use Mewtwo, I might as well try and get rid of those Mews that are threatening my ability to use my main attacker, and I'm just going to be able to Giga Power here for, you know, the 60 damage and take a prize. So I have the lead by a turn, but he's going to potentially be able to change that up if he can get Pokemon on the bench and catch me out. He needs 9 Pokemon between us. Right now I have 3, so he would need a full bench in order to one-shot me, or 5 on his side, 3 on mine, and a plus power. He's going to pawn here. Not really sure how many basics he runs. I expect something like a 4-3 to a 4-4 in Mega, and he hits the revive there, and oof, there's a catcher. So just when I was saying that, you know, he doesn't, it'd be hard for him to get out the basics to do this. There you go. It's not actually as hard as you'd think for him to be able to hit all that energy. And he's going to mass attack me, which does 10 times the number of Pokemon in play, which is 9 multiplied by 2 for weakness, so that's 180 damage. I am going to... I attach the grass energy to my Regigigas, knowing that I can just bring up my Gigas, and I should be able to end here, which would bring him down to 2 cards, which would be nice. He needs energy in order to attack with his Mews, and Megas have to match hand sizes. And, you know, it wouldn't be that difficult for him to match hand sizes, but it's going to be easier for me if I limit him like this. And I'm just going to be able to Raging Hammer for KO. And so now I tie it back up in prizes, and I hit the Eviolite, which is really big if he can't change my hand size. And considering he has 3 cards, it's fairly unlikely that he has like the N or the Judge or anything like that to disrupt me back. And he's going to promote Yanma, and he's forced to pass. He can't match my hand size based on the prize I took, which is really big. And here I can drop the Eviolite, and I'm going to get another Raging Hammer KO. So this is going to put me in a hugely different position than the one I was in several turns ago. I have the prize lead. He can take the Selby prize, but it's not really going to do much. If he attacks my Gigas at all, I'm going to be in a really good position to one-shot. He's going to end me down here, but it's a turn too late. You know, if he had ended me the turn before, this game could have been different with just based on how you know, my Eviolite wouldn't be there and all that jazz. So I get a catcher as my only card, which isn't bad. He's going to attach the Rainbow. And what he's going to do here is avoid hitting Gigas, so he's just actually going to snipe my Celebi. But I'm going to be able to play that catcher and just Raging Hammer for game. So that was a really good one, TURDCANNON. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you rate, comment, subscribe, like, do your thing. And I will catch you some other time.